Lake Skakib is still in this cold, crisp morning, with fish occasionally floating near the thin ice to look wistfully at the water bugs that walk along it, searching for a breach to jump through. A raven caws from the leaning tree that stretches from slain points, kinked and dipping its very tip into the water, just brushing the frost beneath. The raven takes flight and swoops up to fly high over the glowing fires of early morning in West Ferryton. The farmers plowing hard fields and the cooks seducing warmth into cold hearths to ride smoke into the air, which catches along the wind and blows clock.
Are you purposely making this sexy?
In the center of town, a rowdy mob of dozens have gathered around a small storefront, where the merchant, Hobble Lily Goldstump, cries out, "I swear I've got your money. I just don't have enough for everyone right now. Give me a second, I need to get it from the cachet." The entire party stands in the crowd, separate from each other, but similar in tents to the people around them. The most common thread in this party is that this merchant has hired each of you individually for your skills, but after you completed your tasks, he never paid you. Now his comeuppance has come for him, and everyone's clawing at the doors to the shop, blocked from tearing them apart by the only two guards in town, Rufus and Gundeer. They are succeeding in keeping the crowd at bay for now, but they look out of their depth and are clearly fighting a losing battle. Finally, Hobble Lily opens the shutters of his store. "Alright, I've got about 300 gold here. Everyone, get in line, and I'll give you what you're owed."
Okay.
Everyone gets in line quickly, leaving you all caught up in the very back of the line, and you watch in despair as the gold is taken in 10s and 20s while Hobble Lily pays off every single person he promised money to, until, finally, he reaches you all, with nothing but 2 copper left in his pouch.
You piece of...
I'm sorry, that's all I had.
I don't believe that for a second, you little...
I'm pretty sure you have more money.
Now give us our money, damn it. Or we may have to start acquiring items.
I'm gonna punch
for,
the wall next to his
reimbursement.
head and look at him as angry as I can possibly look and say, "I know you have more money. I don't care if it's the money you're using to buy your food tonight. I need it now."
I already can't buy my food tonight, please. Make an intimidation check.
You little...
Yeah, very much a little.
Should feed.
My intimidation bonus. Total of 17.
Yeah, he is scared shitless.
So what he said is probably the truth.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's time to start acquiring items.
Okay. I'm gonna step in here and I'm going to put...
You are not... No, I'm not done. If you can't give me my money, then I guess you wouldn't mind if I took it in another form. And so if you wouldn't mind, I'm just going to go in there, grab a few things, maybe sell them, so that
No, please.
money.
Please, those things are not worth selling. Plenty.
Yeah, there'll be enough. I will sell everything you have to get my money back. Unless
If they're not worth selling, what do you have?
Okay. I have more money, but it's not here.
Where is it?
Okay, continue, please.
In the coal mine, just around the town. On the other side of the hill.
And why is it not in the bank?
There's no banks in here. None that are worth any repute, at least.
Are you trying to say it's dirty money?
Can I roll insight on this to see if he's telling the truth? Because this sounds fishy.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is really sketchy.
I bet it's dirty money.
Always dirty money.
It's weird. Okay, this dice might actually be weighted. It just nat 20'd.
Okay. Well, I nat 2'd. So... he is as honest and scared as you could possibly see a traitor.
At least
Okay, you mean a merchant, right? Trader as in merchant?
Trader. Yes.
I heard traitor, like, you know, someone who betrays people.
I Would you
Where
be
do I find
keeping
out?
your money in a mine?
It's safe. People don't go in there often. Plus, since it's been abandoned, I don't need to worry about any of the miners taking it. Okay?
Mine. Fine.
You said the mine was in what direction?
If that money is not there, when we get back, we're gonna get that money some other way. Whether you
I
like it or not.
swear, it is there. There's about 100 gold left. Not all of it's in actual gold, though. Some of it's gems.
Gems work.
Gods, can you hold
Yeah,
this person in
all
place
that
while
money.
make sure
Then
he
why
fulfills
don't
his
you
promise?
have some of it here to pay for everyone?
Did you not see me? They just emptied out my pockets. Here, I have 2 copper. That's it.
Put both of them, probably.
Yeah, that
Payne, it's already on. Just put them in. That didn't sound good.
Gods, can you stay here and monitor him while we check this out?
Are there guards?
Yes,
There
there
are
are
guards.
2 guards.
Okay.
But
Hey, you
they
said
seem
the mine
to-
was in what direction?
It's just around there. The
Oh,
hill
damn,
on the
very
opposite
specific.
side of it. Sorry, I'm gesturing. You can't see it. It's just around Raven Hill. Okay. There's a mine. Some miners here may know the way, but that's where it is.
Round Ravenhill, got it.
I'm not sure I like this.
I don't think any of us like this.
I start
Gods?
fumbling my way towards Ravenhill and just look behind me and just. Wow! You people want your money too?
You estimate it's about 2 hours walk. Fine.
Should we just
As
bring him
soon-
with us?
Yeah,
Good
that's
idea.
probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Then why don't you come with us, sir?
I need
When you
to.
say it like that,
I need to open up my shop and actually get a bit of money today.
No, you don't.
Don't think so. This is more important. No offense, but you rank quite low on my priority list for today.
Don't hurt me. And if anything attacks us, you're protecting me, okay?
Don't worry, dear.
Sure,
Uh,
buddy.
I wouldn't dare hurt the one who owes me money.
Don't worry, you're in good hands.
like a good neighbor. Oh wait, no, that's
Farmer's
wrong.
there.
Wrong one. Allstate. You're in good hands.
Yeah, there you go.
It's one of those.
I hate to say that doesn't fill me with confidence.
Well,
Alright,
on
Doesn't
our
I gotta
way.
do
really
your
fill me
promises.
with much confidence either.
Alright, let me just close up the shop and I'll follow you.
Where's Jake?
She's over there wearing khakis.
So, it's still quite early in the morning. Is anyone doing anything before you leave? You want to talk amongst yourselves, figure out
Oh
who
yeah,
you're
wait,
with?
shouldn't we describe each other to each other?
That is also helpful. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was waiting
Yeah,
for
I
that.
guess take the opportunity now to introduce yourselves.
Can we just go by order of people who are in the voice chart from top to bottom?
I'm gonna
Sure.
call Geico to save 15% or more.
On car insurance.
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
so what's your first?
My character, she's a very young. Like you can tell that she is a very young woman, like roughly in her 20s. She's wearing a mask that covers the upper half of her face and such. So like, you can really only see her eyes and like her lower jaw and such.
You mean the
She has blonde hair, like in a ponytail, and she's wearing tight robes and is holding a quarterstaff. They look like very like clean, well-kept robes. Almost like a monk, but if they were a noble.
And what does she say?
She's
Hello.
not really talking much.
All right. Next up would be Anna then.
Okay.
I appear to be in my early 20s. My more or less red hair isn't too well kept, and it hangs down to about my waist, tied back in a loose ponytail. I am also wearing just average clothes with a bag at my side.
What's up, Enodia?
Okay, my character looks to be a woman in her late 30s, maybe 40s. She has like these seem to be traveler's clothes that seem to have like grass stains on them, as well as just various just specks of dirt. She doesn't really have much in her hands, but just kind of looks
I just changed my name
upset
to
at this
Mugwort.
guy. Yeah, okay. Let's just be like, I am Enodia.
I guess now it's back up to Crumbickle because he raised himself
Yeah.
in the order.
Sorry, my name was still Fab Elbow something Cash App, so I had to change it. Alright, so my
Cash App
character
debit card.
contrasts quite a bit
Oh,
from the
yeah.
rest of this party so far. Basically, very so he halfling, 3'3", and very fat, and with like really messy red hair and beard. He's also looked kind of to be older, like in his 40s. He's like going red in the face from how angry he is at the merchant right now, and you feel like he's about to start attacking him at any moment if he doesn't bring out some gold soon.
Bring it,
He hasn't said anything other than grumbling to himself this entire time.
Does he say anything once everyone's looking
Well,
at
yeah,
him?
and sorry, I forgot that we were introducing this stuff. Hold on a sec.
Leaves.
Where's my name? The name's Laster Redright. I'm just here for some free money, or for some easy money, and this man decided to deny it from me, so I'm ready to beat his... Oh, I'm not allowed to say that in my house. Okay. You get where it's going from there.
Okay.
Alright. Y'all got the idea.
Oh,
I seem to flinch at the expletive.
you poor soul. You poor soul. You're not even allowed freedom of speech.
No, that's me talking, not my character.
No, no, that's what I'm talking about. I wasn't speaking in character.
But
Well, then why are you singing the
but
accent?
you are.
Because I just naturally do that accent whenever I play D&D. That's not the character the accent my character has.
It's true, okay. You do it a lot.
Huh.
Yeah, I do.
So next up is Cash.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest here. I forgot my character sheet, so I have
dang you.
basically nothing. Because anyway.
Just a blob of
But
gray.
basically, okay. You see, basically, a dragonborn in like, typical Arabian noble attire, pretty much, with a saber at his side.
Fancy. Wait, Dragonborn
And he-
or Drakeborn?
Well, Drakeborn, so you look like a human.
I mean, okay, basically, you see a human,
Okay.
but with a
Oh,
slightly
yeah.
orangish, with a slightly
Everyone's-
orangish tint to his skin. And
Oh,
he
yeah,
introduced.
Bad spray tan.
Something I actually forgot to mention or whatever. My character's robes and all, they look very oriental. It was something I forgot to mention.
Oriental is a big word. What do you mean by that?
Okay,
Vaguely.
like Japanese or Chinese kind of
Okay,
inspiration.
so not Middle Eastern.
Asian.
but
Like a
East
kimono?
Asia, okay.
She doesn't look Asian, but her clothes do.
Well, to be fair, there
a
isn't
kimono?
Asia in this world, so we'll just say Oriental.
I know, but that she does not have that skin color is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
my
So we can just say Oriental clothes. You got it.
What?
Anyway,
Next up, KJ.
My character's name is Orion. I'm still editing the PDF because it failed to save. I look
nice name.
similar to Cash's character, but my skin is a reddish tint. Yeah.
Anything about clothing descriptions?
No.
All
You're not wearing anything.
No.
In my own notes, he's wearing something very similar to Cash, but blue instead of orange.
Acceptable.
What's Cash wearing again?
Also vaguely Middle Eastern.
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay.
Oh, I totally
Oh,
forgot
I
I'm on
didn't, I
drink
didn't
board.
mention. Sorry, I'm wearing like really worn out, like beaten up plate mail that looked like it used to be painted really bright red, but it's worn off.
And then finally, Yake.
Hey, Yake.
Ink from
You see this
Farm.
like this really short halfling. He's 3 foot, but also like he's a fierce warrior. the tiny midget warrior.
Yeah.
He's a redhead, got a ponytail, and you see he's got all these like these scars and burn marks all over him. And you can tell that you can see one of his eyes is brown and the other eye is gray. Like gray and faded. And he's got tattoos of animals all over him.
No way, we have 2 veteran red-haired halflings in the party.
Nice.
They're gonna kiss. No.
No,
How many redheads do we have in the party
Yes.
total?
I think at least 3.
Me and the halflings.
Very red party, actually.
Well, I
Watch out,
my eyes are
communism.
green,
here we
so
come.
Yeah. So, now that you've all introduced yourselves, Hobble Lily finally slams the door behind him. Alright, I can show you the way.
please do.
I seem very
I can
nervous.
show you the world.
You
That
begin
was out.
stepping out through the relatively small streets of the town. It's no more than 400 people, so the streets are mud and frozen over by the winter, slowly thawing out as you walk crunching along the dried sort of... It's almost like leaves, but it's really the very first attempt at flowers. And the ground is relatively colorful with orange and red as you go. You have some options in the village if you wish, but as you walk between some of the more important areas like the artifactory, the hide and sheath, and take the path out right by Finnegan's Fine Fish and Other Wonders of the Sea, you start walking past the palisade and onto the trail. You've got a couple of hours of travel ahead of you, and this is when I pull out my brand new and shiny travel system.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh joy.
It's going to be pretty difficult to get lost. It's a tier 2 pathway, and you've got help. So,
Did
Just
With
you mention,
somebody.
though, that it can result in death? I remember this at some point. You may have.
would somebody please make a survival check?
I have
Sure.
a plus
Who's better
5 to
at survival?
survival.
So it sounds
Yeah,
like
don't let me
Enodia.
do that.
I have a
And you
plus
have that
4.
with advantage because Hobble Lily is assisting you.
That's a nat 1 and a 15.
Right. Yep, it's pretty
I'm
simple
missing.
to just follow the trail. Now, pace are you moving at? Fast, slow?
Like,
Like medium,
yeah.
normal walking speed.
Mhm.
So I will say that I do have a short sword at my side, but I'm like not really touching it at all.
Sorry, interrupting you again. Does your character itself contribute to armor class, or is it just the stuff you're wearing and using?
Dex
Dexterity.
plus.
With plate mail, it is
Oh, with
just
plate
a
mail.
set number.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, and so my character itself without the armor doesn't affect it if I have armor on.
Without armor on, you can add your dex to your armor class, but
Yeah,
it's
but
going
if
to
you
be a
have
lot
armor,
lower
it's
than
just
just having armor on.
okay.
Without armor, it's 10 plus dex.
Yeah,
Okay, do you all know off the top of your head how much plate mail is?
I think
16?
It's 18. Plate
yeah,
mail
okay.
is 18.
chain mail is 16.
Okay.
Okay.
I can look it up for you guys.
It's 18.
I literally just told him.
Alright, I've written
So-
down 18.
I need to pull this up. You're essentially in the woods.
Which town did we start in?
West Ferryton. As you
On the map.
travel along the very brief trail, you have some time to talk, get to know each other a little bit.
Brief.
That's very few people,
Couple
though,
hours.
as there's so little travel down this specific trail. The only people you pass are a party of 4 men, one in relatively shiny armor marked with the standards of a lord's messenger, and they ride towards you on horses at a trot.
They're probably not going to talk to us.
Can I make a perception check to see if like they have any sort of breath or something like that, so I can recognize who they like represent?
Yes, go ahead and make a perception check.
Could I roll sense
Okay.
motive to see if they're actually aiming for us and if they may have any hostile intentions?
One problem. What is
This
sense
is not
motive?
Pathfinder.
Insight.
This is not
Insight.
Pathfinder.
Insight.
Okay,
And
anyways,
insight.
that is a 21.
Okay. You do actually see the messenger looks to be holding a package of news parchments and scrolls.
So they aren't representing any particular like noble house or anything. They're just like
They
just
are marked.
delivering
Okay,
stuff.
technically they are representing I believe the Tail House.
Okay.
Yes, or sorry, the Taynell House. It is the current lords of the land, but that just shows that they are officials of the government of this sort of area. As they get close to you, the guard in the leads asks,
Could I do
step out
insight?
They ask what?
"Step out of the way, please."
No, you Sisyphane, let's step out of the way.
I step aside quite quickly with my head down in a submissive manner.
I was never in the way in the first place.
Yeah, everyone's getting out of the way. If nobody stops them, then they will simply continue on past you and towards West Ferryton.
I'm gonna shiver.
I'm not getting out of the way, but I'm not in the way either, so it's fine.
I just Jedi mind trick. I am not in your way.
You say that and just get run over by a horse.
Character's dead.
I'm adding my spells, and sorry, I was just reminded of the time in the first campaign we did at Easton where I cast Purify Food and Drink on a boss and turned its insides to water.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna do that again.
That just
How
breaks
did
the
that
game.
work?
Yeah.
How did that work?
I was a bad DM back then.
Yeah, that was so messy.
Alright. As they continue to ride past, I'm just gonna give a small shiver.
Yep. After they pass, you continue on. God My notes are so scattered after this much writing.
Good job, AJ. Good job.
Yeah.
I have fixed my character sheet now.
As you walk further on, Angela, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least, at least that's the name I've told everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You accidentally crunch on something, and you lift your foot up, and you find that you've stepped on a very large-looking beetle shell.
Do I recognize this beetle shell?
Make a nature check.
Cool.
I would like to assist.
Sure. You have advantage on the nature check.
Ouch.
Probably no better than I would have done.
Oh wow.
What's that?
Maybe I
Oh.
just switched my proficiency.
That's not great.
Yeah.
That's really not great. You've got no clue. It just looks like a dead beetle, and you see as Angela kind of steps away and wipes her foot off, a couple of maggots start crawling out of it.
That's kind of
That
gross.
doesn't seem good.
Well,
Oh, hold on. I've been doing stuff. What's the situation again?
They just stepped on a weird-looking, an extra big beetle.
And we're in the we're walking with the merchant right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I put out my hand as if I'm wanting to do something, but then I stop myself and put my hand back down to my side.
Just as we're talking quietly, Angela will just sort of start playing a small tune on her flute. AJ, if you want to swap the bot to playing like music on a flute for extra effect,
I'm
please do.
gonna swap the bot relatively soon, but that's for when you actually enter the mine.
Damn. Did the DM just break?
No.
Yeah, well,
He does tend to do that.
dm.exe is still
Hello,
working.
can you hear me?
Yes,
I am
yes.
here, yes. Alright.
dm.exe is still working.
Slowly.
Malfunction.
It's working slowly.
You can take the time to talk amongst yourselves while I do this.
Angela is remaining pretty quiet. So
I've seen I've Misty Step and Comprehend languages once per long rest and just wondering why. When did I write that?
I have no idea.
Fruit feature?
So,
Hold
you finally reach...
I would like to roll perception and insight on the party.
On the entire party?
On the entire party.
why?
What?
you want
Go
to?
ahead.
You
I
child
think
with anxiety?
Those
I
who
think
are
it was-
attempting to hide something can go ahead and roll deceptions against this.
Yeah, I think you'd have to roll individually against each person.
Yeah, which would take a long time.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to
To
roll
just come naturally
individually,
to
or do you
roleplay.
want me to just roll
How about-
mass?
Just pick one person. For now.
Alright. I'm gonna do Gareth, then, because Gareth seems one of the more aggressive ones. Insight is 23, but my perception my perception's 9.
Okay.
Hey,
Anna,
I don't.
what does he learn?
I guess. You said insight, so insight was better, perception not so much. Then if
Perception was
Insight-
9, insight was 23.
So only the insight passes.
Okay. Can I just DM it though?
If you want.
And
Sure.
then he can choose whether or not to disclose this to the group.
Yeah, sure. Do it.
Bet.
There you go. Choose whether or not to disclose it.
You
Although I
finally
think-
reach the mine, and it's a very old, but not in a good way looking place. The wooden structures that were holding up the very entrance have rotted to a degree that they are like bleached by the sun and almost the same color as the stone around them. A tree has fallen in front of the metal gates that once were locked, but now swing ajar in the wind.
They're swinging a jar? I want to steal that jar. I'm kidding. I'm
Humble
fucking with
Lily speaks up and says, "Alright, it's in there, but I warn you, I haven't been there in about 5 years, so anything could be in there, and I don't want to go any further."
Mm,
Tell me
I
again,
forgot.
sir. Why is this stuff being kept in here and you haven't been back here in 5 years? Like, how,
It's a cash, so that I don't need to, in case I fall on troubles like these, I won't need to actually spend anything to get the gold I need back. Okay, I'm a bit of a hoarder, so what?
Alright then, come with us into your hoard then. Obviously, we don't know what's in there.
I'm not going in there.
Yes, you are.
You're coming with us.
I don't particularly want to go in there either.
Too bad you're coming too.
Yeah, we're
sorry, honey, but
Let's just say that if you
wanna get
don't go
paid,
in, you don't get your
sometimes you have
share.
to do what you don't like to.
If you don't go in, you don't get your share. I agree with that.
Except you, Mr. Merchant, you get nada.
Well, I think we should send him in first, just to test the waters.
Oh yeah, no, he'll be going ahead 100%.
Good idea. Let's do that.
He'll go first. Those of us that actually want our money will follow.
I walk straight up to the guy and then just
Yep.
push him in.
He steps about 5 feet into the darkness, and then stops. Does anyone have a light? I can't say.
Some of us
I look very tentatively at everybody else, and I just kind of have this look of tense curiosity and nervousness.
Okay.
My-
Hold on a second. I'm gonna DM you real quick, AJ.
My character kind of turns away for a sec, like mutters something, and then you turn, and then turns back around, and there's a bonfire sitting there, in the middle of the room.
Oh, okay. I want to do
a
it.
tunnel, not a room. But yeah.
Oh, it's a tunnel. Okay, then along the tunnel.
Could I do insight on that, please?
Well, first roll perception to even see it.
All right.
Isn't it pretty easy to see a fire in a tunnel?
Well, you can see the fire. I just don't want you to know that I muttered it.
All right. Well, 7.
AJ, what is the domain for cleric, and can I pick one?
I think domain is second level, not first.
No,
there's some
domain
stuff
is
in it that
first.
says at first level.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Domain is
So
first.
then, yeah, pick one.
All right, good. Okay, because I just didn't know if I'm allowed to or not. 'Cause that
Alright.
sounds different.
Yeah. My perception's 7.
Yeah, you don't see this.
So,
I do not
Does
see the
anyone give
obvious
him a light?
bonfire.
No, I mean you don't. You see the bonfire. You just don't see me saying stuff.
so
bonfire's there.
a bonfire appears in the center of the room and casts a golden glow across the walls. Anna, you notice the walls are very cracked. Not like they're about to fall apart, but you see a single branching crack like a tree start from the very base and grow up, branching out to cover the entire right side of the wall.
Oh, that's concerning.
Alright, real quick, Angela's gonna step forward and, with her quarterstaff, sort of just poke the merchant in the back, ushering him forward with her following close behind him.
Okay. Wait, has anyone given him a torch?
There's a bonfire inside the cave, isn't
Okay,
there?
yeah, but that doesn't last the entire way into it.
Angela will probably light something. for him. Just hold it up. She's like 5 feet behind him, so the light from it would probably let him see.
Oh, my head. Okay, I'm going in. So if you're lighting something for him, go ahead and mark off a torch from your inventory. Also, if I hadn't already mentioned this, you're keeping track of your inventories in my game, because...
You mentioned it too many times.
Oh wait, hold on. I don't use torches. I use a lamp with oil.
Alright, then mark off a bit of oil from your lamp, and he picks it up.
Okay.
Silently, he just takes a big breath, and then starts walking forward into the cave. You go 100 feet and turn right, another 200 feet or so, and then you reach this long staircase going deep into the ground.
Oh boy.
Where'd you get the money to, carve a proper staircase in here? This seems a bit...
I don't think he
expensive,
did it. I think that
know?
it was here and then abandoned.
Oh, he definitely did not carve a staircase.
Oh, hell no.
What do you mean? He's a merchant. He must have carved it.
You want to let him answer, please?
Probably used his money to hire someone.
Yeah, tell us, what's this staircase here for? Just to amuse them.
It's a staircase. The mine is used to get deeper into the mine.
Called
What do you
it.
want from me?
Point is proven.
I
Pretty
feel
self-explanatory to
like
me.
that was somewhat obvious. In
Yeah.
that, it's a staircase, and staircases are usually used for,
It's a
staircase
staircase.
things.
It's a staircase
Out
going
of
down in
character, I
abandoned
kind
mine.
of forgot the fact that this was an abandoned mine. I thought it was just a cave for a moment.
Alright.
Also, stay on the left side along this flight. And
I do so.
points to, as he walks down, he points to some chalk markings just along the bottom side where you can't really see it, of where there are cracks in the staircase that would fall if you stepped on it wrong. But everyone slowly avoids it, and he leads you deeper, deeper, and eventually, what must be 7 stories down, he picks one of the many branches off of into the mine you have seen and starts going down it. About 50 feet into this branch, he steps very obviously over a plank laid on the ground, but doesn't say anything and keeps going.
You stepped over
Yeah,
a
I'm
plank?
definitely.
I'm gonna step over that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling
Yep.
I should as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step over it and then tap it with my quarterstaff.
Watch it just be like, ha, psych, you
Why?
all stepped over it, you die.
Because I want to. I want to tap it with my quarterstaff.
Okay, we'll do it when everyone else is away.
Yeah, and yeah.
You know, a safe distance away.
Yeah. Agreed.
So once everyone else has passed, Angela sort of stops, taps the plank with her quarterstaff, and what can only be described as a couple hundred spiders start crawling out from it and scattering along the walls and the floor. None
Now
of them
what
look
you
large
did.
enough to do any damage, but they look fairly venomous, and you kind of can just walk away from them.
See what I'm saying? That's
Really,
why.
Angela?
That's why you step over it.
Angela, let me just give you a tip real quick, my dear. Whatever he does, we do.
Again, it kind of goes without saying. I think.
Yeah, I really don't feel like that had to be
I
said.
am 100% certain he is not going to be leading us into any traps. 100%.
I'm not.
Okay, I'm not 100% about that, but still.
I'm just gonna wink at you guys and say, just trust me.
But I
I
don't.
feel like you're assuming way too much about Angela.
He gets to the end of the tunnel, and it's a dead end. So he scrapes some rocks along the side of the wall away, and inside of a little alcove sits a bag, and as he picks up, clink, 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 you hear it's heavy with gold.
Alright, hey up.
Alright, I got each of you the debts you're owed. Split it amongst yourselves, or take your own debts. It's your choice.
Let's split it.
There still might not be enough for everyone, but there's something. And he hands you a pouch filled with 75 gold and 25 gold worth of small petty gems.
I thought you said there was 300 gold in here.
No, that's what he had before that he was giving out to everybody
Oh,
else.
right, and then it was just 100 that was in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, how many of us are there other than him again?
8.
8 of us?
So there's a total of 100 gold worth of like stuff in this bag, right?
Basically.
How many of you
Okay,
actually
so let's
have any
divide
amount of
that
money right now?
by 8.
hang
Everyone
on,
could
genuine
get
question.
roughly 12 gold.
Genuine
If
question,
we
how
divide
much
them.
money do you guys have right now? Just at all?
0.
Have nothing.
I am
I
not
don't-
sharing.
Yeah, I have none, and I need to provide for 2 others. So
That's
personally, I think I should be taking the majority here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who are
that's
these
not
two
how that works.
others?
I don't really have anything
I
either.
don't
Sorry,
think so,
my mom
sir.
and the neighbor
I don't.
came to talk to me. What did I miss?
I don't think so, sir. We're splitting it evenly, or you're not leaving here alive.
Yeah, that's what you think. I need this money, okay?
Yeah, so do we, lady.
It's not for me.
Okay, and?
Leave some for the merchant.
No, the merchant gets none. Not after that stunt he pulled.
So basically,
Just because he pulled that stunt doesn't mean he has a family. He doesn't have a family as well.
Screw his family.
all right. Here's the
I'm
deal.
just going to
Why
kind of
do you-
shrink back a little bit.
Why do you think you need the majority?
Because I am a provider.
For who?
That is not important.
Yeah,
kind of
it
is if you want the money.
If you want the money, you need to provide a reason for it.
Okay, sir.
I
If
gave
you want, if you
you're
want the money, you're telling.
Who's to say anyone else here isn't also a provider for their family?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, if you want to take more than your fair share of the gold, you are welcome to try, but you are going to have to go through all of us. Now,
You know
your
what?
choice is to take your
I'll
fair
let
share
you-
of the gold
I'll let you
or
meet them.
die.
No. I
Trying to
need this
guilt
gold
trip
more
us?
than you.
You're actually trying to guilt trip us?
I need it more.
Okay,
We
prove
all have
that.
our reasons for being in this profession.
Explain what you need it more for. What do you need it to provide? Who are you providing for?
I can't tell you that.
Why?
Just can't.
Well, then I guess you're not getting more than your fair share.
Okay,
Could
are
I
you
do
All are
insight?
strangers. Why would I divulge
Hang on a
something like this to complete strangers?
Could I do
Hang on a
insight?
second.
to
Hang
this?
on a second.
How
You
about
don't
we
have
all
to, just
confirm
won't
with the
get your
merchant
money.
how much
Hang on a
money-
second, guys, hang on a second. All right. So you're still trying to fight us?
Could I do
Angela
insight?
casts command. Angela casts command on Garrosh. She says, "Acquiesce."
Acquiesce.
Is that
Means
create
to
water?
accept something reluctantly but without protest. Make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yes.
I would like to try and do insight on these other two. Yeah,
Pulling for
on
more
Gareth
party
can-
members is lame. Just let that happen through roleplay.
I want to do insight.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not preventing anything. I just want to do insight
Insight on what?
on Gareth and his other two that he's providing for.
You can't just figure it out from looking at me.
One thing that I feel like
no,
I don't
I
like
can't
the
really
terms of
figure it
role
out. But
insight. I prefer when someone says, "I want to try and think of this," and then like AJ says something.
I
Yes.
understand that I'm not going to be able to understand everything, but I can determine whether or not it's truth or a
Alda,
lie.
let it happen through roleplay. Don't
Okay,
roll for it.
something I do want to point out, Alda. Insight is not a lie detector. It is not even close. Don't treat it like one, because that's not how it was supposed to work.
AJ, how do you feel about it?
It's really the player's choice whether they want to roll for it or not. I would say though, it's all down to what Anna is giving away.
Here's my question. Usually command is something that is used in the context of combat. So how would it work here? Because usually it's you follow the command on your next turn, so would I just follow it right away?
You just follow it right away, basically.
Yeah. So
You fail.
did you failed the save?
Oh yeah, 100%. I rolled a 10.
Okay. All right.
So
See, Missy,
what
now
do you
that's
do?
a smart choice to make.
What do you do when you fail to save?
The word acquiesce means accept something reluctantly, but without protest. So I guess, fine. We'll split it even, but I will not forget this.
Oh, finally, about time! Then I grab the gold and just divvy it up between all the party members.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone gets.
I wait patiently.
Everyone, if there are even shares, gets 12 gold and 5 silver.
Okay. Angela will take hers in gems as much as possible.
Sure. So maybe you take like 2 gems worth 5 gold pieces each, and then 2.5 gold.
Yeah.
Wait, so hang on. What's the even amount per person?
12.5 gold. So 12 gold, 5 silver.
Alright.
That's a nice and easy system to remember. Imagine if it was like 12 silver is a gold and randomly 36 copper is a silver. Like, no,
The Imperial system.
Yeah.
You hear a very, very faint squeaking as you finish divvying up the gold. Almost like a million tiny birds far, far away.
Alright, what did you get us into?
I'd like to roll like a nature check to actually recognize this sound.
Yo,
because
merchant, what's happening?
Out of character, I think I know what this is.
Merchant, what did you lead us into?
I don't know
Aren't
what those
anything beyond the walls of this room, are there?
Did he say I don't know?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay, so
He doesn't know.
okay, so I rolled a 17 on a nature check. Is that sound bats?
It is bats.
Ah.
Aha.
Not what I
There's
thought.
gotta be a large cave around here somewhere.
A large cave. Yes, this cave seems to be made out of cave.
I thought you said we were in a small room at the end of a tunnel.
Yeah, you're in a mine.
Yeah, so it's not very large.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. I said there's
Bats
gotta be
can
something
still
big
reside
in
in it.
Alright. Sorry,
Okay, so we leave.
Yep, let's go.
You get to essentially the staircase, and the squeaking just gets louder and louder as you get closer. And just about the time you reach the staircase, a swarm of bats descends from the shaft and starts flying into the tunnel that you guys are in.
Oh.
I'm ducking.
Can I
ducking
use
and
like
preparing fireball.
prestidigitation to create like a sound to fuck with the bat's perception? Like basically like to create like a loud squeak that like just screws up their echolocation for a moment.
Are you using this? Or what?
Yeah, it's just,
what spell are you casting for this?
it's prestidigitation. I can create an instant like sound or effect or whatever.
Alright, go make an animal
Thaumaturgy?
handling check with that.
Does that use a spell slot? Because I have a cantrip that also does that, but
It is a cantrip. Prestidigitation is a cantrip. Anyways, animal handling. Ooh, that's a 21.
Jesus, dude.
Damn.
You successfully,
I'm
you
gonna swap to my other
successfully
guy.
fuck with the bats. And then suddenly, instead of just flying over your heads and darting around you, you feel, Angela's the first to feel it, a bite just under your left ear. and then suddenly everyone's being bitten by the bats. Roll initiative.
Oh,
Woo!
I ducked.
Against bats?
Against bats.
I ducked.
I hate
This is
this.
First level
wonderful
character.
and chaotic. I love it.
Oh wait, I
Uh,
forgot to add. How do you get your initiative modifier?
It's just your
dexterity
dexterity.
modifier.
Just dex.
Yeah, it's a D20 plus dexterity.
Yeah. Okay. I meant the modifier. It's just dex. Oh, that's 0.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that was the
22.
wrong. That was the wrong thing. That was the wrong thing. That was the wrong thing. I'm really glad that I hadn't copied anything earlier.
Alright.
Wait, what the fuck did you send?
Ooh.
It was a video that I had sent to my friend to try to
Uh,
explain who Marilyn Manson
Oh.
is. Do you guys
Yeah,
know who Marilyn Manson
Yeah,
Yes.
is?
but it's
Looks like-
Family Guy.
Not.
Right?
very-
Okay, yeah, you guys do. So they were just stupid.
Marilyn Manson is strange.
Yeah.
I recognize the name, but I don't really
It's the whole
know
thing.
what to place
The,
it.
the very first one to go is going to be Isaac.
Mm. Alright,
You
let's
said some of us got bit by bats. Did we take any damage from that?
Well, no. The initiative is technically starting now.
uh
Oh, sorry.
So you're going first.
yep.
Uh,
I am probably gonna not be very useful. I am going to. I'm gonna take a torch and just try and like burn as many bats as I can.
Alright, go and make an improvised weapon attack. So, if you're not proficient with improvised weapons, it's just your strength plus your roll.
All right.
How
16.
much health would a bat have?
16. That'll hit.
Probably not a lot.
Go ahead and roll a d4 and add your strength.
So, yeah,
So-
you had said we were bitten before initiative.
Yeah, I said that was technically not before initiative started. I'm not going to
Did-
just deal
oh.
damage.
I rolled a 6. Did I kill 6
Oh,
bats?
okay.
You dealt 6 damage to the swarm.
Ah.
I forget that I need initiative trackers again now that I'm the
It's a
DM.
swarm of bats.
Yes,
Oh.
So we don't have to deal damage to bats individually.
correct.
Okay.
Thank God.
That's good.
Funny
Throwing
though.
100 bats at you, each with a separate initiative, would be a problem.
That would be very funny though.
You have to get a computer to do that.
So 6 fire damage. Alright. So some of them burn up as you fall back. I forgot to put the mine music on. Oops.
Funky.
Okay, so I'm going to. Dang it! I thought I posted. Yeah, here it is.
You are not next. It's now the bat's turn.
Yeah, well, I prepared fireball,
You're right.
Weird.
Firebolt.
firebolt. So as
Fire-
as Angela swings, I'm going to cast firebolt in the same general area direction, trying to
Yep.
hide my spell that way. So rolling, and that's an 11.
Head misses.
Ah,
How does
The
it miss
bats
a
all
swarm?
like fly to the side as you launch your fireball and down the tunnel.
all right. Well, that was my reaction, I suppose.
Yep. Now it's the bat's turn. They, since the one who triggered the initiative was Angela, are going to bite at Angela with an at 2.
I do want. I do want
You
to
just
point
swat
out,
them off.
AJ, I do want to point out the sound that I made. It didn't originate from Angela.
Well, still, it fucked with them. But you're
Sure.
fine for now. Next up is Crumbickle.
Bumbiggle.
Okay, and it's a swarm of bats attacking us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, let me check my stuff. Yeah, all my spells are buffs and heals except for one that doesn't actually do any damage. So.
Oh, let it be known that I have lay on hand.
I also have cure
Okay.
wounds.
Yep.
Hold on a second. I need to look up what's in a pack I have. Okay, I have torches in my explorer's pack. Does somebody already have a torch out to ward them away?
Angela's been holding a lantern.
All right. If I can see with lantern, then I'm going to try and take. Jesus, none of my weapons are wide enough to hit bats. I'm just gonna take a mad swing at the bats, like away from everybody else, and try and hit some of them with my Evening Star, which is rolled as a great club.
Yep. Go ahead and roll. D20 plus your strength plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah. That's 10 plus 2 strength plus 2 proficiency.
So 14 hits.
Okay.
And
Plus
then I believe great clubs are a D8
It's 1d8.
of damage.
It's 1d8
Plus your strength, so plus 2.
Well, its attack bonus is plus proficiency because I'm proficient in heavy
Yes,
weapons.
but damage bonus does not include proficiency.
Dang it, forum post I read was incorrect. Okay. Alright, D8. 4
Well,
damage.
still 4 damage.
Wonderful.
Reduced to 2. So you managed to splatter 1 bat.
Good for you.
Next up is Ether with a 15.
Okay.
Okay, I
I'd
only
like-
see 7 people on initiative. Where's Anna?
Oh, I put it in spam and bots. My bad. I got a
Okay.
14 though, so you're good.
14. Okay.
Okay, I'd like to swat at some bats with my Makoto staff.
Anna, how
Yep.
tall are you?
In real life
Yeah,
or my character?
in real life?
5'2".
5'2".
Oh.
Alrighty.
AJ was so surprised the first time he actually saw me in real life. That was funny.
Yeah, you're really short.
Shut up.
We should
I
hang
mean,
out
to
again.
be,
Okay, so does a 15 hit.
15 hits.
Okay. I'm using both hands, so alright, that is 7 damage.
7 damage. You swing very well, but again, only cut like 1 and maybe an injured bat. But
Just sort of swat the bats away from
you're-
me.
yeah, swatting them away. You are slowly chipping down at it. It looks like you've killed about half the swarm now. Next up is Anna
Would
with
it
a
be-
14.
Would it be smart
Simultaneously
to ward them away, or are they
with
not?
Cecilia.
Would it be
Okay.
smarter to ward them away, or are they not going to stop trying to attack us?
At this point,
Let's do it this way.
no, they're not gonna stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast my. Which one do I want to use?
I'm gonna
Use
try.
Burning Hands. It's a cone.
I'm going to try and
Where
do
are you in the
another-
group? Because depending on where you are, you might wind up getting at least 3 people in that cone.
I will spend as much movement as necessary to get in front of people and to yell at them to get behind, but if they get in the way, they get in the way, and that's not my fault.
I shall move behind.
As far as the lock is
I'll
concerned,
move behind.
that's not true.
Okay, so everyone like very briefly retreats. This does give the bats an attack of opportunity, but that's a nat 1.
I am
God,
doing.
my dice are terrible.
I'm going to try and do another hidden firebolt.
Wait, hit it. Let me do my thing
So
first.
everyone quickly gets out of the way, and Burning Hands happens. Dex save. Oh, that's good roll. 21.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I'm gonna do
Half
it.
damage.
I'm gonna try and do another hidden firebolt on.
Okay, so
Under
they'll take half the
guards.
damage then.
I'm gonna try and do
damage.
another. Yeah.
Alright, hang on, let me get 3d6. And then divide that by 2. So, and then do you round up or down?
Down. Always round down.
5 damage. Damn it.
I forget.
Okay.
I know
I
there's
should have done
one specific circumstance where you don't round down, you round up, but I forget what that is.
I really,
It
really,
does.
really should have used a different spell, but whatever.
Okay.
So, this is the biggest spell you've seen. Some of you, this is the biggest spell you've ever seen cast. And as she puts her, I mean, how do you cast it? Sorry, as he puts his hands out, how do you cast it?
He just, after he yells, get out of the way, he slams his hands together, but like just at the base, so it creates like I don't even know how to describe the motion.
Like a V.
No, not quite, but like fingers curved, as if creating like, as if holding a large ball but pointing them forward, and then out of the fingertips is just a lot of fire.
So,
Kamehameha.
Yeah,
like
Kamehameha.
Emperor in Star Wars.
And there's so much fire.
also, if you're casting with your hands, I assume that means you're...
I don't have any weapons out right now, no.
Sorry, you don't have a spellcasting focus for that? It's just hands? So...
In the, I do have one, it's just on my hand, it's a ring.
Oh, right, okay. So you bam, and the fire bursts forth. Some of the bats squeal and fall away, and as you finish the spell, you take a step back, and the ring has, like, sent a little bit of, almost looks like flowing magma down your hand, and it eventually stops and dries up and becomes a bit of a tattoo, almost.
Fancy.
Under Gareth's burning hands, I'm going to try and do another hidden firebolt.
You're so sneaky.
And rolling for hit. Ooh, that's a 23.
23 hits. Nat 20 or no?
Not a nat 20. It's a it's a natural 19.
Yep.
So rolling damage, it's just a flat D10. And I do another 5 points of damage.
5 damage. Alright. Next up is... with a 12, Enodia and Cash simultaneously.
Cool. I guess I first of all will try and create another bonfire, like under the bats that kind of like flames up and hits them. They need
Damaging spell?
They need to make it, the deck save.
Okay, I thought that was just an easy way to create fire. Well, that's a 10 on the deck save.
Okay, that'll fail. Then it's 1d8 damage.
Somehow, I guess I just never looked up that spell.
That smell.
Man, we are a very fire-based party.
It does have a nice smell. It's very piney and smoky.
No, I've never looked up that.
It's 3 damage, and the
3 damage.
bonfire remains there.
How do you want to do this?
Oh. Like, all at once, this, like, torrent of fire attacks, like, launches forward, like, Gareth's hands, it's... all those characters,
One
like...
tiny firebolt most people don't recognize.
Yeah, and then just, like, from below, like, almost out of the earth comes, like, this rising up and, like, burning through the final bats and just making its way from the bottom up to the top.
It's like the fireball that you see when you pour gasoline on a fire.
Yeah, it's like a grease fire, basically. But the bats are now thoroughly gone in this part of the tunnel. But you see, slightly further down, there are more. So you're not out of the woods yet. Now, Cash.
Real quick before we continue, can I ask for everyone's passive perception for something real quick?
Why?
Just if you notice something about Angela.
I have a 15.
12.
Wait, hang on. How do I calculate my passive perception again? I'm stupid.
It's just
your
perception plus 10.
It's your perception bonus plus 10.
I thought so. I just thought someone once told me it was plus 8, so.
No.
Yeah, my passive's just 11.
Technically,
Mine's
it is
12.
plus 8 if you include if you don't include the proficiency. Oh no, yeah.
It's 10 plus your skill. Anyway, so they had a 15?
I did.
Alright, does anyone else have a 15 or higher?
No.
A little hard to.
Okay.
Of course, if
does
you're
anyone
fine
with a
with
passive
it.
perception of 15?
If you're okay
So
with it,
far,
I wouldn't
Angela
mind.
has come off as very composed. But during this, you saw a flash of, basically, just like from her, and she lost composure.